XD, guys, it's Swift. Welcome back to another epic Minecraft parody. This one's called We Mine Away. It's a parody of We Know the Way from Moana. So I hope you enjoy. And, XD. We dig the blocks in the mine where the diamonds hide. We ride the lengths of the rails of the minecart trails. At night we slay every mob. Mining is our job. Mining is our job. It's our job. Minecraft. We start a quest to find some brand new diamonds everywhere we mine. Minecraft. We keep on digging oh so deep. And when it's time to kill creeps, we slash away. Minecraft, we are the players digging every mine. We ride our minecarts all together in the never-ending chain. Aloha papai guava, aloha Hawaii, we mine away. XD guys, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more epic parodies. XD!